Hello, it's Iron Port coming to you live from the bulk jetty of the TEMA port. The program is made possible by kind courtesy of Ghana Community Network Services GCNet, Ghana Oil Company Limited GOIL, and West Blue Consulting. Media partner for this program is the Business and Financial Times. People, maritime security is becoming a very serious matter, particularly here in Ghana. Protecting our waters and ensuring the security of vessels, people and cargo is becoming very, very crucial. The Ghana Maritime Authority is leading intense campaign to ensure that our waters are safe. They began with sensitization program together with the Governance Security Initiative.
The Security Governance Initiative is a technical multi-agency body set up by the United States government to improve maritime security, border management and cybercrime in Ghana. The team, made up of members from diverse security agencies, have met with various stakeholders like the Ghana Navy, Customs Division of GRA, National Security and Ghana Maritime Authority in a consultation process to identify challenges and deliberate on issues to the implementation of a national integrated maritime security. The Security Governance Initiative team met the Minister for National Security, Albert Kandapa, who pledged his support for the implementation of a national integrated maritime security, which he admitted would advance the country's economy.
This project, which probably may end up with a blueprint for us as to how best we can participate in such a boom in the blue or the maritime economy, is also something that we think we should take advantage of.
The Chief Staff Officer of the Ghana Navy, Commodore Issa Yakubu, assured the SGI of their support to work with them in order to set up a framework to make the country safe.
The maritime domain is very critical to the development of this country, and security of the domain is very important, and the Navy plays a major role in ensuring that security.
The Director General of the Ghana Maritime Authority, Kwame Owusu, said the National Integrated Maritime Security Strategy, when implemented, would aid government to identify agencies who should be responsible for various crisis management.
We need to be able to put a document together so that the government will be able to live out whenever there are crises or there are problems or security issues. We will know who is responsible.
The representative of the U.S. government, Nicholas Tom, said the purpose of the SGI's visit to the stakeholder agencies is to ensure that the interests and concerns of the agencies are included in the integrated maritime security strategy.
We want to be engaging with the stakeholders throughout the process to ensure that their interests, their concerns are included in that strategy.
Away from securing the waters of our country and beyond, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority has also admonished officers of the Customs Division of the GRA to live beyond reproach and ensure that they execute their responsibilities with all diligence.
The Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority, Emmanuel Kofi Inti, has entreated officers at the Customs Division of the GRA to change their mindsets to embrace innovation through capacity building, which is key to promoting professionalism and improved efficiency. The Commissioner General said this when he visited some customs duty points at the port of Tema to share his vision for the Ghana Revenue Authority with officers.
The vision is about a mindset change and automation and capacity building, improving professionalism within the whole GRA sector.
The GRA boss further explained that in order to achieve the said vision, officers on their part must make the effort by meeting to interact with their superiors to communicate their training needs.
They have a group, Mackenzie, who are in town to help sensitize our people, give them the kind of training they need about mindset change, environmental system change. And these are the areas that we are trying to build the capacity.
The GRA Commissioner General also cautioned the officers against their actions and inactions that may cause the country to lose revenue.
And away from customs, the Executive Chairman of the State Enterprise Commission, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, has paid a courtesy call on the Director General of Ghana's Ports and Harbours Authority.
The executive chairman of State Enterprise Commission, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, has paid a courtesy call on the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael LUGUJE. The visit was to get the leadership of the State Enterprise Commission abreast with the affairs of the Port Authority. This is deemed necessary because the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is one of the key state-owned enterprises that is making strides and also facilitating international trade and therefore growing the national economy.
You are one of the key state-owned enterprises that I keep my eye on. For obvious reasons, this is the port, it's the revenue source. It's in any country that must grow, this is the place. And if we don't pay attention here and we think it's a normal business, then we are not really at understanding how the economy should grow. And not just the port itself, but the infrastructure that goes with it.
After deliberations with management of GPHA, Stephen Asamoah Boateng said there has been great improvements in the operations of Ghana's Port Authority. He stated that it is one of government's desire to reduce the rate of unemployment in the country, hence the expectation that GPHA will contribute to making that a possibility.
In terms of employment, you have the capacity. That's one of our key campaign messages that won us the election, is to create jobs, not just ordinary jobs, but productive ones. And Port GPHA gives us that avenue also.
He concluded by revealing that there is going to be a change of name of his outfit from State Enterprise Commission to State Interest and Governance Authority. This, according to him, is to manage and boost working performance in the sector. The Director General of GPHA, Michael LUGUJE, in response, admitted that unemployment is a bane facing the country and that management of GPHA will work with other private sectors if there need be to set up policies to create more jobs to cut down unemployment.
Even in the developed world today, job creation is still government's priority, let alone in our case where we have serious unemployment challenges. So as a port authority, that is always what we are looking at. How much we can employ ourselves, how much we can empower our community members to also at least be able to employ both directly and indirectly. That is a subject of concern to us. But once we do that, we are looking at a number of policy issues that, have the tendency to affect, our ability to employ.
So last week we brought you how the new Director General of Ghana's Ports and Harbours Authority has been visiting some business units within the port as well as the departments within the port. This week that continued. We begin with the International Maritime Hospital, also under the auspices of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, where the Director General visited and urged the people to do their best to make that hospital #1 in the entire region.
The Acting Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael LUGUJE, has toured the International Maritime Hospital facility and engaged with its management and staff. The visit was for him to familiarize with operations at the hospital. The International Maritime Hospital is a subsidiary of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority with an ultra-modern hospital facility comprising of 130-bed capacity with children's executive and VVIP wards, dialysis units, theatres, mortuary, medical stores, and a helipad which will receive patients from all over the world for treatment. Some of the services run by the hospital include MRI, neurology, surgical cases, trauma, gynecology, obstetrics, ear, nose and throat cases, dialysis, as well as the production of oxygen in commercial quantities, among other health-related services which require specialist attention. The CEO of the International Maritime Hospital, Dr. Bernard Boateng, who led the DG and other management staff around the hospital, said the world-class health facility is well furnished with ultra-modern equipment to improve service delivery.
The flagship of this facility is actually its imaging department, which boasts of the 3 Tesla MRI, the strongest magnet in the whole of the West African region. We can find them only in Egypt and in South Africa. Then we have a 128 slice CT scan and a host of sophisticated imaging equipment that are here.
He said the hospital has qualified and experienced specialists and staff who are eager to render quality health care to patrons.
We are lucky to have a team currently of highly experienced and qualified doctors, in-house doctors for now. There are 10 of us, 7 specialists and consultants, as well as 3 medical officers.
The Acting Director General of GPHA, Michael LUGUJE, commended the entire management and staff of IMA for the good services being rendered at the hospital.
We hold this particular facility in very high esteem, not just because it was expensive to construct, but because of its social impact, the impact it's going to have on the society, and the fact that health is the most important component of life. If you are alive and you are not healthy, obviously you are not alive. And therefore, if this facility is what is going to ensure we are all healthy and the entire community is healthy, then that should become priority for the management.
He also pledged his support to advancing the facility so that it is patronized by other African port users. The International Maritime Hospital has been in operation for about a year now, offering diverse first-class healthcare services in Ghana.
So aside the International Maritime Hospital, the Director General also visited the main clinic, which is within the Ports and Harbours Authority itself, aside the international one. And then he also called on the Fishing Harbour, also visited other departments, including the Marine Engineering and all of that. All happened this week. The Acting Director General of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael LUGUJE, as part of his familiarization journey to key business units of the Port Authority after resuming office, has embarked on a department-to-department visit in the operational area of TEMA Port. The 4-day departmental tour saw the Acting Director General visiting the Golden Jubilee Terminal, Reefer Terminal, Materials Department, as well as the Electricals Department on the first day. He interacted with staff to share his vision with them, as well as get first-hand information with regards to their departmental operations.
My problem is we have dock labor staff with electrical department. I want to plead with you and the management that do your best, at least if it's a contract you give to them, because they are working with expensive equipment.
Where there is the need to employ somebody on contract or on a permanent basis for the same job that maybe a casual laborer has done for so many years, I think the natural thing we should do is to consider that casual laborer, to integrate him into that permanent situation. That is the best thing to do.
On the second day, the Acting Director General visited the Marine Operations, Marine Engineering, Terminal 1 and Steve Doran departments, where he urged the staff to keep giving of their best in discharging their duties.
We also have container movement unit and the logistics that we have suffered a lot. So it's time we to the promoters and our cashiers to help them. Thank you. We've identified those who need to have been promoted for so many years, but they didn't get to do so. And this is how we are going to graduate it gradually to make sure that we, over the next 2 or 3 years, we'll get to touch everybody as far as this promotion issue is concerned.
On the third day, the Acting Director General visited the Mechanical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Logistics and the Monitoring departments. He was as well shown around the port areas by the respective heads of departments. On the fourth day, Michael LUGUJE visited TEMA Port Revenue Center, Fire and Safety Department, Printing Department, Fishing Harbour and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority main clinic.
Vehicle for movement, I think it's a genuine request. If it's only one and you have so many substations to manage and you have a very wide area to move across, it's only natural that, you know, the number of vehicles you need to be able to move around are.
The Acting Director General Michael LUGUJE visited the departments to see for himself developments on the grounds of the company, which he has taken charge of, and foster a good relationship with his employees. He also took the opportunity to collate challenges being faced by each of the departments and promised to address them afterwards.
We'll check to see the kind of training that you have requested, and if some can still be done this year, why not? We'll do that. And then go into next year, look at the kind of refresher training that you need continuously so that you'll be updated and you can do your job better.
Also at the department, the acting director general emphasized that it is in his open door policy that he solicits for the participation of all workers in improving upon their conditions at the port. He urged all staff to endeavor to cooperate with management to advance the organization to its desired height.
And never also keep your idea. You have a very good idea that can help improve the work, help you cut down costs, help you increase revenue. But you are afraid that, well, because of your level, your idea will not be taken. You will not be respected. Never keep it to yourself. Raise it, discuss it with your supervisor, discuss it with your manager, and do so in a very polite manner.
He also urged the workers to obtain motivation from within themselves to give off their best in the discharge of their responsibilities, and they would be duly rewarded. So that's the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority visiting one-on-one engagement with people of the various departments and business units under the Port and Harbours Authority. In the coming days, he will be going to the external stakeholders, and we will be proud to bring all of that to you only on this platform. But folks, in the coming days, starting the 30th of July to the 2nd of August, the entire Western Central African ports, their managers, their leaders are going to be in Ghana for the 39th edition of the PMOCA, that's the Port Management Association of Western Central Africa conference, to be held here in Ghana starting Monday, 30th of July. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority will be hosting the 39th Annual Council Meeting and Conference of the Port Management Association of Western Central Africa, PMOCA, at the Shippers House of the Ghana Shippers Authority from Monday, 30th of July to Thursday, 2nd of August 2018. PMOCA is a sub-regional intergovernmental economic organization made up of 22 regular member ports and 9 associate members, including landlocked countries and maritime organizations, all located along the western central coast of the African continent, stretching from Mauritania to Angola. Ahead of the 39th Annual Council Meeting and Conference, the Acting Director General of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael LUGUJE, who incidentally is the immediate past Secretary General of the Association, says the event will bring together the international maritime port community.
So far we have about 15 Director Generals of member ports of Western Central Africa that have confirmed that they are going to participate. And then we have the ports of Tangier in Morocco coming. We have Rotterdam coming. We have Antwerp coming. We have experts coming from France. The council meeting is the biggest event of the association every year.
He said issues of management of port lands vis-a-vis best practices would be discussed to see how best port authorities can optimize land use in their various port environments.
Land is the most important asset of any port community, and managing port lands is under different experiences that different ports have to share. And that is why this team was chosen carefully in the light of the growing needs for land, where there is serious competition between municipality and urban needs of land and the port that needs land for trade and port business development. In some countries there are challenges with there's conflict between municipality and port authority. In other places the port authority finds itself leasing out land to private operators to a point where the port itself now lacks the resource to be able to develop into much more port business.
Michael LUGUJE said the Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is a guest of honor, will be opening the conference. Exhibitors from across the world that provide services for ports would be exhibiting their various services. So all interested participants and stakeholders, you are being urged to participate in the upcoming PMOCA conference to be held at the Shippers House of the Ghana Shippers Authority, and proudly hosted and sponsored by Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Ion Port returns after the break. It's here again. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is hosting this year's 39th Annual Council Meeting, Conference and Exhibition of the Port Management Association of Western Central Africa, PMOCA. Date 30th of July to the 2nd of August 2018. Venue, Shippers House of the Ghana Shippers Authority in Accra, Ghana. Guest of honor, His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic, Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Interested participants and relevant stakeholders are cordially invited.
And I will entreat everybody who is attending the conference to be present latest by 8 a.m. so that we can start on time.
We don't want to disappoint our Vice President, who is very time conscious. Welcome to the conference. Be there in your numbers. Take advantage of the wider port community coming from across the world and learn from their rich experiences.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Fraud alert. GPHA does not auction. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority wishes to inform the general public that the authority does not buy and sell on internet platforms and does not auction cars and other items in and around the port. Beware of fraudsters who claim to auction cars and other items in the ports and defraud people in the process. For further information, contact tema@ghanaports.net or call +233 303 202 758. Beware of fraudsters. Welcome back from the break. You are still watching Eye on Port, and coming up next, local news around the port and maritime industry, and that definitely includes the cutting of sword of the motorway interchange by His Excellency the Vice President Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The TEMA motorway roundabout is to receive a major facelift following the cutting of sword for the construction of an interchange by the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, in TEMA. Last year, Meridian Port Services, as part of its corporate social responsibilities, constructed some slipways at the TEMA motorway roundabout, which reduced traffic congestion at the roundabout to some extent. Following that, there has been the need for an interchange to forever reduce the traffic situation around the roundabout. The objective of the project include the improvement of the capacity of the TEMA roundabout and its adjoining routes to enhance safety and efficiency of transportation and the provision of uninterrupted traffic flow to facilitate trade and transit activities to landlocked countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger in the West African sub-region. Speaking at the ceremony, the Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, said the motorway was part of the Trans-Africa Highway from Lagos through Lomé, Accra, Abidjan, and to Dakar, with the roundabout serving as a junction to the sub-region. He expressed government's commitment to the provision of good roads to achieve rapid development and transform agriculture and industrialize the country.
Participation in this ceremony underlines the importance that the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the government attaches to the development of the road infrastructure and overall national development. Good roads are undoubtedly a prerequisite for rapid socioeconomic development of any economy and any community. If you want to transform agriculture, industry, or your port services, you need good road linkage.
Hirofumi Ushi, Chief Representative of Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, said the TEMA motorway intersection project would seek to support the Ghanaian vision to develop the Eastern Corridor.
JICA has been cooperating with Ghana for the past 55 years, since 1963.
The Japanese ambassador to Ghana, Chichomi Himeno, assured that Japan would remain a reliable partner to Ghana's development.
What is important is that Japan is and will remain a reliable friend of Ghana.
Kwesi Amoakwanta, Minister for Roads and Highways, said the TEMA intersection project would ease the traffic congestion in the TEMA region while serving the TEMA port, which is currently undergoing expansion works.
Let me assure all Ghanaians that this project is not a stand-alone one. It's going to bring a lot of benefits in two areas. It's going to create one, what we call TEMA arterial roads, and then two, Accra TEMA motorway project.
The project, which started in February 2018, is expected to be completed in 2020. International port news next. A working group of the International Maritime Organization (IMO) has made some headway on the sulfur testing and verification issues that are key for global implementation of the 0.5% sulfur cap, set to enter into force on January 1, 2020. The intersessional working group meeting of the Subcommittee on Pollution Prevention and Response, held last week at IMO, considered various proposals and agreed that only one reference test method, namely ISO 8754, should be included in Regulation 2 of MAPOL Annex 6. There were 94 total losses reported around the shipping world in 2017, down 4% year-on-year, according to Allianz Global Corporate and Specialty SES Safety and Shipping Review 2018. The report indicates that large shipping losses have declined by more than a third, that is 38% over the past decade, and that the downward trend continued into 2017, marking the second lowest losses in 10 years after 2014. The report further finds that almost a third of shipping losses in 2017, 30 ships occurred in the South China, Indochina, Indonesia, and Philippines maritime region, up 25% annually, driven by activity in Vietnamese waters. This area has been the major global loss hotspot for the past decade, leading some media commentators to label it the new Bermuda Triangle. What is more, the analysis show that Friday is the most dangerous day at sea. 175 losses of 1,129 total losses reported have occurred on Fridays over the past decade. According to independent research and consultancy firm Maritime Strategies International, the European Union should step up its assessment of Asian shipbreaking yards to allow the effective implementation of the Hong Kong Convention. As explained by Will Tooth of MSI, regional regulation and national policies are putting competing pressures on the scrapping market just as demand is set to rise. By December 31, 2018, all vessels flying the flag of an EU member state will need to comply with the EU Ship Recycling Regulation (SSR), the rule that brought the Hong Kong Convention into EU law. From 2019 onwards, any end-of-life EU flagged vessel will need to be scrapped at an approved ship recycling facility. Although nothing officially bars any non-EU country from gaining approval, at the moment all 21 shipyards on the list are in the EU and none have experience of breaking large commercial vessels.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Next up are your comments and concerns.
Hi, good evening, Ion Port. My name is Nana Ya AEC. I live in the USA. I want to ship my 2009 Toyota Venza with the following vehicle ID number. Please, what is the duty involved? Nana Ya, the estimated duty is 23,400 Ghana cedis. Please note that this amount could change based on existing national economic factors like exchange rate at the time your car arrives in Ghana.
Now time to know the schedules of vessels that are sitting in the port, those that are at anchorage, those expected in the coming week, including fishing vessels coming to the fishing harbor, and that huge vessel that's also sitting in the port, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate. Next. So that's it for this week's episode of Eye on Port. We thank you for watching the program, and for those of you who are interested in participating in the upcoming PMOCA conference, it will be held at the Shippers House at the Ghana Shippers Authority in Accra, starting 30th of July to the 2nd of August. Be there, learn about the port, particularly know how to manage port lands. That's going to be one of the major topics at that conference. Dr. Mahamudu Baumia, His Excellency, the Vice President, will definitely be there as a guest of honor. Thanks for watching, and thanks a lot to the entire crew: Robert Nyantechi, Godwin Kabute, Solomon Anderson, Joe Lavo, Joe Bone, Mahamudu Kamara, also Belinda Deke, Lawrence Gazy, and all the interns from the Ghana Institute of Journalism, Central University, University of Ghana, KNUST, and all those who are helping the program. Also, my biggest thanks go to the executive producers of the program, Madam Abna Sewa Opokufosu and Madam Esther Jebidonko. Thanks for watching.